Hello everybody, this is your friendly neighborhood cat mom coming to you from her cat-infested house. And you're very welcome. Would you like some tea? Today we're watching High School Musical. We're doing something chill, we're doing something fun. You can tell that I'm in my own clothes instead of, doing a character, my gay-ass clothes. Let's get to watching some High School Musical, shall we? Oh, this music. Like the cheesy nostalgia music, God, Zac Efron's movie whispering is horrible. He is just talking and he's sitting like right in front of the teacher. He's like,
dude, Miss Darvis has snapped her cap.
She's right there, dude. And this song is just so good. I remember like talking with my classmates about trying to do this number the last day of school. And of course we never did it because it would be like ridiculously difficult. But we weren't in high school, we were like in 8th grade, which I think is like peak age to watch these movies, because if you're in high school, you would be like, this is not my life. But if you're not in high school, you'd be like, man, that sounds really fun. I hope it's like that. Why are these teenagers signing autographs? Who cares? They didn't even star in the last play. Troy and Gabriella did. Like, what the hell is Sharpay wearing? What is Gabriella wearing? Like, what is that? I love the contrast between Vanessa Hudgens doing this very straight stuff and like her in Rent.
There will always be women in rubber flirting with me.
What is Chelsea wearing? Oh my god, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. Like in the last movie, I think her wardrobe was one of the most tolerable ones to me. And in this movie, it's just like, I don't think they knew how to translate her preppy look to warm clothing. Everyone's like, oh, so beautiful. He's giving her a necklace with a T on it. Oh. If like a boyfriend gave me that when I was in school, I think I'd have been like, I'm not wearing this. Anyway, and she goes like,
Tease and Troy.
There's like a Brazilian meme with this scene, which is like, T as in Troy, and then Troy is like, no, Gabriella, T as in T for the Tillerman. I don't know, T for the Tillerman. That's a very specific reference. But there's a meme where it's like, no, Gabriella, T as in whatever else, Of course it's T as in Troy. I mean, I don't think it's that dumb. I think I'd probably confirm it too, and I'd be like, that's kind of tacky, dude. The color grading in these movies is also like, what? I heard the Taylor's actor too saying that her hair was just basically destroyed by these movies so much that they like straightened it. I love Sharpay being annoyed at Troy and Gabriella. I would be like hella annoyed at them too.
Oh, and I'm definitely teaching you a twisted flip on the skateboard.
Oh, and I have first aid training so I can patch myself up afterward. Going to movies, listening to music, and golly, Troy, I have first aid training. Oh, please.
First aid training. Like, shut up. I love that she offered Kelsey like a literal job, and Kelsey's like,
Pardon? Sounds great.
like super ironic, like, ma'am, she just offered you money. Be nice. I buy Sharpay wanting to get with Troy, but it's not because she likes Troy, it's because she just thinks it would be complimentary of her perfection. But again, this scene outside the school, man, the work this must have taken. Also, they did a good job costuming the extras. Like, everyone is in like either red, green, or blue, and it's cohesive, but they're not wearing the same thing, They didn't give everybody the same top. Anyway, so Troy gets a call from someone just randomly offering him a job, which honestly I would find instantly very sus. And then he starts trying to talk the guy into hiring his friends too, which honestly, I would not do that. Like, I know that might sound like a dick move, like you get a job, you don't try to get your friends in on it. But like, you don't know how much leeway they're willing to give you. You wouldn't do that because you'd think, if I insist on them hiring my friends, they might not hire me. But, he is an idiot and he asks them to hire his friends too. To whatever job, he doesn't even know what it is. Sharpay's car. I think Sharpay is like literally living Barbie's life. She has like a pink car that says fabulous on the license plate. Like, why do I feel like this is some gay man's fantasy? Like, gay men just want to be Sharpay Evans. Like, man, I want to be Sharpay Evans. I wish I had all that money. Okay, so this is the introduction of an important character, Mr. Fulton. Mr. Fulton is an icon. I love that he greets Sharpay and he's like, "Oh, Miss Evans, we'll find a spot for your car, Miss Evans, even if we have to plant a tree, Miss Evans." And then she like walks past him and he's like, the grin immediately disappears from his face. It's like, just it's so me working at customer service. Oh my god. Like, I'd be like, "Oh, thank you for calling," and then hang up and be like, "What about?"
Singers coming from the chemistry lab and the locker room. Shocking, really.
Sis.
Singers coming from the lab and the court? Shocking, really. I love that the mean girl in these movies is like literally a drama geek. Oh my god, this song. Wait, this song. This is history. Like, is that guy playing the piano Ryan? Is Ryan laying next to her and also playing the piano? The spatial awareness in the scene is just like, makes no sense. But you know, who gives a shit? It's iconic. It's iconic is what it is. Why are there so many children? I think they probably filmed this in like an actual hotel, and like they just asked the kids that were hanging around to appear in the background. Like, where are all these children coming from? That is a sample request. Like, I can't. I want to sing the whole song through, but I can't because freaking copyright in YouTube is ridiculous. That's insulting. Me, if someone brings me a sports magazine, that's insulting. Oh my god, I just thought about the perfect analogy. Sharpay likes Troy, like Gaston likes Belle. Sharpay is Gaston. Prove me wrong. I love like Mr. Fulton being sassy to these kids. I'm calling them kids because they're like 16. I'm 26. I'm 10 years older than them. I'm allowed to say they're kids, okay? Then Gabriella walks in.
It would seem your lunch break does not start for 3.5 minutes. I do hope no members drowned in your absence.
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's like really strict." But man, Gabriella is a lifeguard. If she wasn't there for 5 minutes before her break, someone could have literally drowned. He's correct. Mr. Fulton is correct. I agree with the annoying adult, and I am not ashamed. They're so annoying. Like, Chad is like,
I'm beginning to miss detention with Miss Darbus. How sick is that?
"He got you this job. Be grateful, you little shit." Hello everybody, we're back with much worse lighting, some popcorn, and a lot of rage in my heart. Because a thing about me and recording, it's never going to go smoothly apparently. My camera had to die early on. Let's get back to this movie that I totally have not seen in the last hour. And Martha, I got rags instead of riches. Yeah man, that's how it works. Your first day at work, you will not get paid. Then, don't burn the toast. The sun will shine. This is actually pretty good working music. You know, I'll criticize their work ethic to hell and back during this movie, but like, this is a good song for you to be like, doing some grueling task at work and being like, "We can work this out, yeah." Like, I think that this is non-diegetic, but like, if these kids were like banging on my pots and pans, I'd be like, "You're gonna break my shit." Make a date with my favorite girl. Troy and Gabriella are so annoying. Save it for the bedroom, guys. Oh, I forgot they haven't kissed yet. On the scene, it's actually kind of cute. I think I'd like that. I think I'd like, you know, going on a picnic on a golf course. But like, aren't they scared of being like hit in the head by golf balls? They seem to be right next to a hole too.
All part of the frightening concept called our future.
Oh my god. This movie just really hits you in the face sometimes. It's so silly, and suddenly Troy is like, it's all part of the frightening concept called our future. And I'm like, God damn it, Troy. Why are you gonna go and attack me like that? I'm feeling very attacked. No, then they're throwing grapes at each other's mouths.
Ew.
They're sickening. These two straights sicken me. I want to talk. Like, I act like this with my boyfriend, but like, it's kind of cringe to see, you know? Most couples in movies don't actually act like that, even in private, because nobody enjoys watching that. I don't know, maybe the preteens like it. I don't know if you can see my popcorn bucket, but it's like an egg. I have a little egg where I keep my popcorn. I love there's this joke in this movie that they can't kiss. Like, they've been dating for months and they haven't kissed yet. It's such like a preteen understanding of like teen relationships.
You are gonna get so wet!
Did the writers think this true? Did nobody catch that? Oh, then Fulton catches them and he's obviously mad. And then they clock in and immediately go see Kelsey playing some music. Go do your jobs! And Kelsey's pretty cute. I like Kelsey. She's like really excited because they have like the talent show and she wants to compose the music for it. But Troy's like, oh, I only did one musical. I'm never gonna sing again because singing is gay. Freaking 2000s. Also the makeup again. Oh my god. Why is Vanessa Hudgens' face like 3 tones lighter than her body? Hire better makeup people, Disney. You have money, you can do it. I believe in you. Giving Disney a pep talk. What have we come to? Okay, this song is not as good as Breaking Free, but I would say that all of the songs in these movies are amazing karaoke songs. Dude, I'm aching for karaoke right now. I want a mic, and I want a room full of people and some beer. I'll be lit. And I'd sing like all the songs of High School Musical. I'd like force them to listen to it. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the first High School Musical movie, Zac Efron didn't actually sing. Yeah, they hired like a singer to replace him. But the second movie, he actually starts singing. And you can tell that they actually give all the hard parts of the song to Vanessa Hudgens. I don't think she minds, but like, he's saying favorite song, and she's singing like favorite song, and there they are again, almost having their first kiss in front of all their friends. And then Troy agrees reluctantly to do the talent show. Like, fine, I'll sing. I'm just that talented. You guys need me. And then her mom says, enchanté. And then Troy says, awesome. He's too manly. He's too manly to know French. Even Troy is a himbo. Like, it's Zac Efron's energy seeping into Troy. Wait. This part that Ryan's dad is like, son, have you been working out? And then Ryan's like, yoga. And then his dad is like, like, son, that is not a real sport. Sharpay's dad really seems like the kind of guy who would be like in total denial about his son's gayness.
Oh, Troy played for the golf team too, Daddy.
Troy played for the golf team? Does their high school have a golf team? How? What the hell? I feel like Troy in this movie, it's very much that kind of thing. You know, when in movies there's that scientist that because he is a scientist, he understands all the sciences. Troy is like that, but because he's sporty, he understands all the sports. He's good at all the sports. I love her. She's such a cartoonish villain. She's like, I will toss a ball into that simpleton's head. The amusement. Oh, and then Troy goes, Gabriella, let's have dinner later. And then she goes, and that will become important later, believe it or not. And Sharpay starts like talking in her dad's ear like, it's a shame that Troy's only washing dishes, right? He deserves more. Which like, she's doing a nice thing for him, but it's really weirdly predatory. It makes me like kind of uncomfortable. And then he goes, this is a tie. You put this around your neck like a dog collar. He's such like a mean older gay, you know? Sharpay's dad calls Troy to dinner and he's clearly trying to get him into some like connections with college. And this is like clearly a huge opportunity for him. And he even tries to bring attention to his friends, like, yeah, my teammates helped me a lot in that game you're complimenting too. But Sharpay is like pulling back the attention towards Troy. And then Chad is like, I can't believe Troy didn't insist with her. But But it's like, if he starts like trying to bring his friends into the conversation too much, they might be like, man, this kid is kind of a handful. Maybe we don't want him around anymore. Maybe we don't want to give him this opportunity. It's complicated. I love that he goes off into the kitchen afterwards and just screams. It's very me. And then Gabriella is like, your tie doesn't match your shoes. Kidding. I hate straight Vanessa Hudgens. Give me gay Vanessa Hudgens or give me nothing. Mr. Fulton is so great. Troy is like clocking out. And then Mr. Fulton comes up to him and he's like, come with me. And he's like, but sir, I'm done for the day. And then Mr. Fulton is like,
Dave,
Mr.
sorry.
Bolton, you're under the mistaken impression I'm interested in what you have to say.
I'm gonna start saying that to everybody. You're under the mistaken impression that I'm interested in what you have to say. It's just like, he's so over it. Yeah, I know it's absurd. Do you think I have a choice? God, this scene was not in the Disney Channel version of the film. It would always like run without this scene. And it got famous like solely on YouTube because it's so absurd. It's so ridiculous. It's really funny. Just watch it for yourself if you can. And it's so funny. They're cutting to their like glary musical number to Troy's like aggressively unamused face. Troy's just like, and she tries to get Troy to sing and he's like, no. He's like, this is cultural appropriation. It's weird. I don't want it. And like Ryan is clearly really upset that he's not the prince anymore. You're not a prince. You're a king. You're a king, Ryan. And then Troy's like, have you ever tried like just singing? And it's like, this movie wants to have its cake and eat it too. It's like extremely camp musical shenanigans, but then they're like, look, Sharpay, she wants to like do theater with like props and a set and a cat. Ridiculous. And it's like, guys, you know that your audience is mostly like theater kids, right?
It could be our thing.
And then Troy's like, no, I have a girlfriend. Go away. Apparently they can't get in the pool, like in her case, unless someone is drowning. And then he starts like pretending that he's cramping so that she'll get into the pool. And like, I get them. I understand. Like, if I was a young... like, I'm not young anymore. If I was like a teenager working somewhere and it's like my vacation and there is a pool that I can get in after hours, you know, I might be tempted to do the same thing. But like, it's against club rules. Like, these guys, they can't obey rules for shit. And he starts like lecturing them and he's like, 2 strikes, guys, pay attention. And then he's like, get out the pool. Because he's lecturing them and they're still in the pool, making no mention of moving. And Troy is like talking to his dad, and then he says like something I think is really quite cool of him as a dad. He says, they're your friends now and that's great, but you're not all going to have the same future. He has to prioritize his future because their friends will grab the opportunities when they come to them. Like, this one moment makes him such a better parent than he was like the entire first High School Musical movie. The first High School Musical movie was just him going like, pay attention, Troy! What are you doing? Forget about this darn music. Troy is suddenly promoted to a golf teacher like out of nowhere. It's obviously because Sharpay likes him. Even Mr. Fulton is like, if you fell in their good graces, enjoy it. Like, things are going your way, my guy. Stop questioning it so much. Troy's golf class. There's this kid like maniacally throwing balls like with his bare hands. There's this kid like trying to murder the grass with his golf club. Then Sharpay comes in for a lesson and like, of course, she has pink balls and a pink golf cart. And she's like, yeah, we're totally gonna do the show together. And she is really, you know, driving home the we can fix you up with a college kind of thing. And Troy is like, I have to be nice to this girl. Taylor walks by and she sees him trying to be nice to her. And then Taylor just walks on to Gabriella and she says, oh, I heard her ask his opinion for his new Italian shoes. And Gabriella is like, he didn't ask me. But like, since he got those shoes, When did he have the chance to do that, Gabriella? You wanted him to run over to the pool after he had just gotten a new position to be like, Gabriella, like my shoes? And then Sharpay just tells Ryan that he will not be singing with her anymore, like matter-of-factly, and she's like, oh, and keep an eye out in the Wildcats for me. Like, is she paying him? Does she think he's like her servant? And Gabriella is kind of bummed with Troy because he has been like flaking on plans with her. Oh my god. Chad's shirt. Viva la basketball. Horrible shirt. And then he doesn't invite his friends for the game with the professionals. Come on! He's lucky to even be invited. He can't insist to bring like 10 more people. Okay, now Ryan is upset because Sharpay betrayed him. So he decides to go to this baseball game with Taylor and Gabriella. And they decided to try and recruit Ryan to help them with the show instead. And then Chad is like, you know, whatever, man, but I don't dance. And like Ryan's like, you think dancing doesn't take effort? And this song, there is a big enemies to lovers happening with Chad and Ryan. Why are these songs so good, you know? Movie can't be this dumb and this good at the same time. This, you never tried. Don't knock it till you've tried it, bro. And it's like, yes, very straight activities happening here. I know they aren't because it's Disney Channel, but like, are they? Chad still beats Ryan, but he's got like a grudging respect for him. And then they went into the dressing room and fun. The next day, Ryan is wearing these high collars, like red and white. And he's like all in with this new group of friends because they actually value him, and like unlike his sister. You know, I lied to you. I said that I was not dressed up today, but I'm kind of wearing these high collars. I'm kind of like a wildcat right now. It's just it's red and white. Then Troy shows up and he sees Ryan and Gabriella kind of dancing around, and he's obviously jealous. And it's like, Troy, my dude, if there is one guy that's not going to steal your girlfriend, that's Ryan. Stop being terrible. I've been defending you this entire movie.
Hey, LeBron. How'd it go with the Red Hawks? You know, they're very tall.
Just tell your friends how it went, you know? So Chad is mad at him, and Troy says, hey, you would do the same thing if you... And Chad interrupts him and says, if I were as good as you? You know, that's not what he meant. Alright, maybe it's a matter of his basketball talent, but it's clearly because the rich girl likes him, so her family wants to give him some opportunities. And it's not entirely fair, no, but them having that many more connections than he does is not fair either. But guess what? Life is not fair. So Mr. Fulton comes in and he's like, y'all are being paid to work, not play Dr. Phil. This man is too good. So apparently it's the talent show already. Then Sharpay calls Troy over to rehearse their song together. And they're basically setting him up so he can't say no. Very nice, very normal. I just kind of love Sharpay's song's style. Like, she turns everything up to 11. There's like kind of a 50s tinge to it with a little bit of a rock edge. Honestly, it's much more fun. Chelsea is just wrong. And he dances along, like, he's so scared, but he's like, I guess I better do what she says, I don't know. And he's, oh yeah, at the end, like, what the hell did I get myself into? And then Ryan is showing everybody how to dance, and Troy is just kind of looking at them jealousy. I like that Troy got this job and then never worked again. And then Sharpay confronts Ryan and she's like, do you want us to lose the award? And then he's like, us? You kicked me out, sis! This sibling rivalry is much more interesting to me than most anything else in this movie. Then she asks Fulton to ban employees from participating. And he's like, isn't your brother one of them? And she's like, it's a backstabbing jerk. And then Mr. Fulton just leans back with a fan and he's like, He gives Taylor a flyer, like explaining that people are banned from participating. And she's like, what? And then he says the most iconic line.
Welcome to the world of adults who wish to keep their jobs because they have mortgages they wish to pay, tuition bills, car payments, etc., etc., etc. So sometimes we have to perform tasks, however unpleasant, that are necessary for that all too important paycheck to land in our all too empty pockets.
Sometimes we have to perform tasks, however unpleasant, so that the all-important paycheck will fall on our all too empty pockets. This line, I say this line all the time. Like, seriously, when I was still at my previous job, I'd say this line like maybe like twice a week. Like maybe a few times a day sometimes. Like sometimes you have to perform tasks, however unpleasant. And then she just looks down and says, "May I offer you a cup of tea, Mr. Fulton?" And he's like, "Yes, chamomile." But like nobody believes it was Fulton's idea. It's obviously Sharpay's idea. So Gabriella goes to confront her. And she's wearing the most hideous top I've ever seen. Why? They had to have a bigger budget than that. And Gabriella is like telling Troy, "Look, if you act like someone else along the way to get what you want, soon you'll become that person." It's like, girl, shut up. Like, if that dropped on your lap, do you think you would not miss a date or another with Troy? Really? Really think about it, Gabriella. So he starts her sad song. There's always a Gabriella sad song, isn't there? Man, this brings up memories. Me singing this song, thinking about my sneaky friends who totally acted like the good guys, but also bullied me behind my back. My childhood was very fun. She's just singing her dramatic song and her mom's there to pick her up. I don't know, it kind of undercuts the dramatic exit for me. And her mom is there like, "Hey Gabriella, did you eat your lunch?" Troy's dad is barbecuing. And I'm like, "Sir, it's the middle of the night." And then he comes in and Troy's like, "Oh man, my friends aren't talking to me." And his dad's like, "No, that can't be true. Sir, your son just told you that his friends aren't talking to him. Aren't you concerned?" He's back to being a bad dad. And his dad is just tired of having this conversation. So he's like, "You know, I've known this kid right here a long time. I'm sure he's going to do the right thing." Very useful advice, Dad. Thanks. So Troy's back in the kitchen and everybody hates him now because of the, talent show that they won't be able to participate in. So Chelsea is the only one who bothers telling Troy about what's going on. He gets mad, he crumples up the flyer, and he goes off to sing his dramatic song. You know when I say that these movies have a lot of effort put into them? Yeah, so this song seems like it exists to contradict me. So it looks like they just let Zac Efron loose in a field and they were like, frolic around. There's always this scene in these movies too when Troy is like emotionally distraught, so he suddenly becomes bad at sports. That's how you know he's really messed up. How this man ever became like a teen heartthrob is beyond me. He's just kind of a weird dude, I love this rapid edit of Sharpay screaming because Troy told her that he won't sing with her.
First aid boosters are coming to see you, thanks to me.
So I'll be their waiter. They'll be thrilled.
Troy!
You're throwing your future into the garbage. What are these sparkly headbands that Sharpay is wearing in this movie? And he asked Fulton for his kitchen job back? You spoiled child! There's only a week left in this job. Stay with the one that pays more, my god! And he's like grinning like an idiot. Feel bad, you dipshit!
Troy, this could change your life!
I'm more interested about what my friends think of me.
It's a horrible moral. And then Ryan says he's not doing the show. I'd feel a little bad. I'd feel a little bad for my sister if she had to go on stage and try to do a duet by herself. Does she deserve that? She kind of deserves that. Anyway, he apologizes to Chad, and Chad doesn't even feel bad at all about peer pressuring him into giving up a well-paying job and a scholarship. And then Troy agrees to do the show with her if his friends get to do the show too. Again, I never really buy that she has genuine feelings for Troy. I guess she's just like, I deserve the best. And she is the best. I can't get over the Sharpay is Gaston thing. I love that Ryan is like, so this is about my sister. She wants you to learn a new song. And Troy's like, every day. And he's like, then he realizes what Ryan is asking him and he's like, I can't learn a new song. And Ryan's like, hey, you'll be fine. I kind of hate what they do right here. So yeah, this is basically it. They set Sharpay up. They taught Troy a new song, but they didn't teach her. And then they just had Futon push him onto the stage. And it's like the show her parents are organizing in her country club. And she doesn't get to sing a single song. And that's kind of a bummer, man. Troy starts singing the song, and he hears some mysterious person singing it back. I wonder who it could be. Freaking Gabriella, obviously. And apparently she forgave him. He had his personality 180 like an hour ago. When did they have time to invite back Gabriella? Or did she just decide to forgive Troy for being a jackass on her own? You know, who cares? Romantic song, yay! I'll say this one is not one of my favorites from this movie. Like, Breaking Free was very iconic, and this one just does not come close. I don't actually know this one by heart. A friend of mine does, because he was actually in High School Musical Brazil. Yeah, remember when they did like High School Musical except for all the countries? Yeah, my friend was in that. And I desperately want to find clips of him in that. He did appear on TV. Like, seriously, if anyone can find clips of Luan on High School Musical Brazil, get those to me, please. I will be forever thankful. Oh yeah, Troy and Gabriella are singing or something. And I like that Sharpay gives the Star Dazzle award to her brother because he like organized the whole thing and directed the number. Chad's last shirt says, "We did it." And guess whose hand he's holding? Besides Taylor? It's Ryan. He did do it, didn't he? Oh my god, put me down. I like that Troy and Gabriella finally kiss, and the line preceding it was like, "Here's to the future. No, here's to right now." Yeah, the future, right, Troy? Oh, and then at the end of summer, they throw an employee party at the pool. The random children are back? Are the children employees? Where did they get these children? There's this black actress that's always like really mugging at the camera, and she also dances really well. If you know who she is, can you send me her number? Oh my god, Hannah Montana! I totally forgot that she was in this. I don't know, what is the in-universe explanation for this? Like, is Miley staying at the resort? I mean, she's a rich pop star. I guess they could stay in a nice resort if they wanted to. And they all jump into the pool. That looks really fun. Like, look, it looks like shooting this was really fun. I really like bloopers. Of course, there are bloopers at the end. It was the time, after all. Alright, so this was High School Musical 2. What have I learned? Your future, what your friends think matter more. But look, I really like the numbers, they're really fun. I like dunking on Troy and Gabriella because they're so cheesy. I like Sharpay, you know, Sumi. She's a brat, but she's just funny. She's one of the funniest characters. Mr. Futon is an icon. Definitely something for the parents in the audience. Like, yeah, if your kids are gonna force you to watch this a dozen times, here, have a jaded old man to keep you company. I think the actors are more talented than people give them credit for, especially for something as cheesy as this. Zac Efron does his best, despite, you know, his questionable dance moves. I like Vanessa Hudgens, but her, you know, little girl in love routine with Troy is really tiring. I cannot stand it. Take straight Vanessa Hudgens out of my screen, please. I really miss Ashley Tisdale. I wonder what she's doing nowadays. She was such a blast. She's really funny. Chad and Taylor, you know, got f***ed as usual. I think Chad would have been a more tolerable character for me if they made him gay. But yeah, this movie is really fun. I think it's just the right amount of camp in this series. It's like, there's the first one, which is not enough camp. There's the second one, which is just right. And then there's the third one where they were too in on the joke. It was not funny anymore. Let me know if you want to see me react to the first one. I don't think it's as funny as this one, but there are definitely some moments where I'm like, oh my god, am I the jaded adults now? I kind of like the repeat of Grease that they do on that film. Like, it's so blatant. And I hope you guys enjoyed all of the background lore that I remember from Disney Channel specials from 16 years ago. I really want to have a gay watching party for them with all of my friends someday, and we'll sing along with the songs, and we'll all dress like different characters with these atrocious outfits. That's it, everyone. Like and subscribe, share it if you love it, and take care. Bye! Oh, and seriously, try to find my friend's clip for me. I really want to make fun of him with that.